The reason I know that they know is because they just put, bitch, they're on to us. They fucking heard us. They know that we plan on boycotting Christmas, the holidays, and plan on protesting on Black Friday. The reason I know that they know is because they just put it in Mariah Carey, the Queen of Christmas's new fucking advert for Christmas for Sephora. What makes it worse is they have an elf stealing, saying that he's boycotting because he can't afford to do what the fuck they want him to do anymore. In a Sephora commercial, bitch, roll the clip. I'm telling you, they know. And the fact that they put it on full display to play in our fucking face only proves that they know. Roll the clip.
Halloween slayed, but now it's
Watch this.
spill the tea. Who's the thief?
Busted!
Listen.
Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy.
That's my blush, elf boy.
Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie.
You can't cancel Christmas.
Any last words?
Yeah. It's time!
That shit is not a coincidence. Pawning all of this to pay for therapy? Mariah Carey's response is that you can't cancel Christmas. Bitch, we're canceling it. Spread the fucking word. Bitch, they're on to us.
So for the last 5 years, people every year anticipate the day after Halloween for Mariah Carey to do her little It's Time thing for Christmas. This year it's receiving a lot of backlash, however, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, the commercial starts out, because it is a commercial now, it's an ad. The ad starts off with her saying that Halloween slayed. No, it did not. I don't think it's a slay when people are having to hand out ramen noodles instead of candy this year, so they can ensure people are going to eat. Macaroni cups, Capri Suns, water bottles. I don't think that was a slay. Then we move on to the elf who is going to pawn her Sephora makeup because he cannot literally make ends meet. It sounds like Mariah Carey represents capitalism. We are the consumers, and we're working rather hard this year to make ends meet. And let's not forget about the fact that she started this trend in 2020, where the economy was at its peak, and then it moved into the pandemic. And even then, the economy was doing really great. Small businesses were excelling. People were doing great. There were jobs. Everything was good. Now we're into 2025 and not so much. And then the elf says that he has to get health therapy, and that's why he's pawning her makeup. Sounds like a play on the fact that health insurance costs are going to increase this year because of the administration and everything that's going on right now. So to say the least, the ad was very insensitive. A lot of people found it very weird. And it just seems like they were saying, if nothing else, we don't care if you have to work your fingers to the bone. We don't care if you have to DoorDash, Amazon Flex, get overtime, get a second job. We don't care if you have to chop off your arm and sell it. Make sure that you buy what you have to for Christmas this year. Make sure that you are investing and you are overindulging in consumerism, because ultimately the world would not, billionaires would not make money without the little people. It's crazy because people are like, oh, little people depend on the government so much. Poor people depend on the government so much. But billionaires depend on consumers. And this is exactly the depiction of reality of consumerism versus capitalism.
Hi guys, so why people can barely afford food, rent or gifts, Mariah is out here laughing in a glittery ad saying you can't cancel Christmas. The same Christmas millions already gave up on. The same people crying over bills. This right here is pure mockery and nothing else. I'm Tiana and you're watching Tiana's React. Well, let's dive in and see people's reactions to this. But before we do, please do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to keep the channel moving.
It's early in the morning. I'm so used to the joys of Christmas that at first glance, that Mariah Carey ad didn't strike me as odd. Initially, I was like, oh my God, it's Mariah Carey. And then she did It's Time. And I was like, yeah, I watched it again. Is this fucking play about us? Like, do they think they're being funny? This comes at the point where people are like, it's not that deep for everything. If you have some sense and you watch that commercial, it is always that deep. Because why are they mocking us for going on strike for boycotting essentially in this commercial and saying we're ruining Christmas, and then subsequently turning the elf who's being overworked and accusing him of stealing bags and stuff like that to be compensated, so he can go to therapy, and then turning him into a snowman. That, to me, I don't care how illiterate somebody is. If you're paying just even a little bit of attention via the news or social media, you know that's a direct dig to the average everyday consumer who's sick and tired of being mistreated by corporate America. I need you to know the reason why they're doing this commercial so effortlessly just to mock us is because they genuinely believe that we're still going to participate in the holidays to the extent that we always have, with buying a bunch of stuff and spending a bunch of money for families and stuff like that. So they're laughing at us. Like, corporations feel so emboldened to treat us, to lay us off before the holidays, to limit our pay, the government workers being negatively impacted, food stamps, all of that is going on. And they thought the best time for a commercial like this to mock people during the holidays. This fucking play is about us. And that goes to show you that corporations know what they're doing. They know they're making you miserable. They know they're not paying you, and they don't care. What they want you to stop doing, what they want you to do or start doing, is stop whining. They do not care about you fundamentally. And it's so intriguing to watch it play out right in front of our faces, because now we have a literal proof. Now, I don't want nobody telling me, oh, you're just thinking about it too deeply. You're dumb if you don't see what that is. Like, you're actually genuinely stupid if you can't look at that commercial and see that there's absolutely no reason for that type of commercial during the holidays or period. What was the point of that besides to mock the average everyday consumer who's currently suffering due to a sleuth of things going on at this time? Like, they either do not care that we're going to pick up on it, or I think it's both. They don't care and they're mocking us. Like, I felt mocked. Mariah Carey has done that "it's time" sort of dialogue, sort of commercial for years. Ain't never looked like that. Now all of a sudden, when everybody's talking about boycotting, now we're mocking the average and calling us elves and then turning us into snow, saying we're stealing. I can't even get the words out without being viscerally angry. People, please. They are playing in our faces. Even if you don't believe in boycotting, pick a store, any store, and stop going and stop buying from it. Seriously.
Sephora turned their comments off. We coming for you, Sephora. Actually, no, we're not. We're not coming for you. That's the whole point of the boycott. We're not coming. We not coming.
Do not claim to hate the system, one change for humanity, and yet still defend corporate greed, consumerism, and capitalism. I find it fascinating. I saw this video about Mariah Carey. I commented, so we're canceling Christmas and Mariah Carey. And the comments were extremely mixed. I'm going to tag it. Anyone who says they refuse to cancel Christmas is because they are not affected whatsoever. They are privileged. They are able to actually celebrate and able to actually buy things when there are millions starving from SNAP benefits right now. It's crazy. And also considering the other place that's getting every day, also that you realize that she's actually talking about you when the elf is saying that he's boycotting Christmas because they couldn't afford health care. She's like, nope, you. They're literally making fun of you, of yourself. Lastly, for all you who keep saying it's not that deep, honestly, at this point, you should be having your vote revoked because you clearly are unable to think critically and to see clearly, and you're still falling for this society indoctrination. At this point, no, if you cannot think critically for yourself, you should not be allowed to vote. You should not be allowed to make a lot of decisions. And also, you should not be having kids. That is all. Thank you. One more thing. Don't forget that them turning the working elf into Olaf's cousin is not a mistake. It's not a mistake. It was definitely on purpose. Now think about what they're going to do to you. Love you.
See, a lot of you are asking the wrong question. If you missed it, Mariah Carey just dropped a new ad bringing in the holiday season with Sephora. Now, there's been a lot of controversy of if the ad was done in bad taste on Sephora and Mariah's end. The ad features Mariah Carey about to sing, and before she can, she noticed that some of her makeup is missing. And who's behind it but an elf? Now, here's where the controversy comes in, because a lot of people are saying that the elf is a representation of everybody planning to boycott, especially because he said he's overworked and tired. Now, on the other end, a lot of people are speculating that they are being shady towards Elf, the cosmetic brand. But right now, it's having a lot of people upset with what they chose to do. What do you think? Do you think they were trying to be shady towards those who plan on boycotting this holiday season? Or were they just trying to put out a good ad and miss the mark? Either way, y'all be safe out there. It's getting weird.
Sephora is under fire for their very tone-deaf commercial that they did with Mariah Carey. And they know, they see the backlash because apparently they've turned their comments off. So they know exactly what they did. So they dropped this commercial with Mariah Carey where she's doing her signature, "It's time for Christmas," but her voice cracks and she's like, "Okay guys, what's going on?" And the elves are basically like, or the elf is like, "Oh, we're striking this year, you didn't hear?" And people are taking it as, you know, them mocking or trolling people who have decided to boycott, you know, Black Friday shopping and Christmas shopping this year. The commercial was corny, period, but they are definitely, you know, mocking the people, working class people who have decided, you know what, I'm not fueling this. I'm not spending all this money on Black Friday. I'm not spending all this money on Christmas, fueling the economy when the economy is not fueling us. We already know that, you know, we've had the No King's Day protest. People are calling to boycott because the government is in shambles right now. Our economy is not good. So why would we spend all our money on Black Friday, Christmas shopping to fuel the economy when the economy is not fueling us? Okay, SNAP benefits are under attack. Medicaid is under attack. Grocery prices are through the roof, and nobody cares. There's nothing being done, right? And so they decide to make a commercial to mock people who are boycotting, you know, and say, "Oh, the elves are boycotting too." It just wasn't cute, and it was very tone deaf. But I've noticed, you know, here recently that companies do controversial stuff on purpose for publicity. They want people talking as I'm talking now. Like they don't care. They'll take the bad press and then they'll apologize later. Like they don't care. They just want to be talked about, right? Especially in the beauty industry, you always see makeup brands come out with, you know, terrible shade ranges. They get dragged and then they're like, "Oh wait, look, give us a second chance. This is what we're gonna do." Send a bunch of free makeup to, you know, people of color. This is their MO. And on top of being tone deaf, I feel like it was kind of elitist. It's kind of like Mariah saying, you know, "Don't be like those woke brokies. Come shop here." And, you know, people like separating themselves, feeling like they have access to something that others don't. So don't be a loser. Don't be broke like those people. Come shop with us, right?
When the rich mock the pain of the poor, Christmas loses its meaning. Maybe we should cancel the fake cheer because this time the people have spoken and this is just the beginning. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate. Please do well to like, share and of course subscribe to keep the channel moving. Till next time.